dump truck. It's right on, but I'm going to fish this slice, try to get out of this dump truck. I don't think I'm going to use that rope ladder. That seems more dangerous than no ladder at all. So I'm going to try to shimmy down and hit those restrooms before they close. And get back down here and get settled in for the night. So that's the plan. Turn that off. I am going to go over this edge here as carefully as I can. I'm just bringing a GoPro because that's safer than trying to get my whole camera over there. There's another step. Okay. Now, I'm sure you can't really see me too well, but it's time to walk down to the store because that restroom is really calling my name right now. Okay. Nicely lit walkway. Says it's about a 10-minute walk, but I really got to go, so I'm walking faster. Okay, that grocery store has a bar in it. That was pretty tempting, but I don't know if it was really the atmosphere I want to sit down and have a drink in. It's neat, it's a cool idea, but that's almost borderline depressing. Well, it got very nice and quiet around here. There's nobody. Good people of the world are back in their beds right now, getting ready for work tomorrow. Smooth sailing, a little more traffic. Oh, and a big hill to go up. This will be fun. Back to the dump truck. All right, mission accomplished. Oh, it's a beautiful starry night. Staying nice and warm by this propane heater. I've only just used one bottle of propane, but I did a little bit of walking and I turned it off when I was gone. So nobody should be coming. See the city over there. Things have gotten real quiet, which I like. The cameras are holding up good. It's got this little night vision feature. You can actually see the back of the truck here as well as behind it. I'm going to try and pack up as much of this stuff as I can that I don't need anymore, because in the morning it's going to be cold and I'm going to want to get out of here as quickly as possible. I got my alarm set for 7 a.m. and I've got my ride coming to pick me up at 8, so that gives me an hour to wake up, get everything fully packed up, and hopefully not be too cold. The tarp set up, I'm glad I did, because it's starting to get windy and I don't want to get blown in the middle of the night. So it'll be nice to have some shelter there, and everything's organized, ready to go in the morning. Got my gloves and my disguise. So that'll be the first thing I put on. But it's been a fun night. This is kind of a unique camping adventure. And it is dead quiet out here, so I'll put on a little movie or something I can fall asleep to. Turn that right off. I'll talk to him, and I'm ready for a wonderful dump truck night. Thanks everybody for watching so far. If you like this stuff, please consider subscribing. I'll keep trying to come up with some crazy places like this. In here, it's not so bad. Not a ton of room, but good enough for little old me. Doesn't get any better than this. See you guys in the morning. Good morning. That was pretty warm. The sleeping bag was great. I actually had to take off a layer of clothing. The little air mattress here, the sleeping pad, was fantastic. I'm a side sleeper. That was just perfect. Got to start packing because I got a ride coming in about a half an hour. I got to get all this packed up. Beautiful morning. Got my costume back on because, yeah, now I'm going to be standing up to get all this done. And obviously, when I stand up, the traffic can't see me here. So, that was a great sleep. There's this little angled part here, and right up against my back, that was perfect to sleep on my side like that. So, I'm absolutely thrilled. It was pretty smooth, but there were some scary parts. Definitely when people are pulling up behind, and I can't quite see in the camera because of the exposure with the headlights shining right at the camera. I got no idea what's going on. The cameras I was using are these little Ring cameras. They're indoor cameras. I have some outdoor ones too, but these worked better for the continuous 24-hour video recording. A lot of frost built up on this tarp, so I'm glad I did have that up. You can see all the condensation here on the steel from just my breath probably coming off in the night, and that's absorbing a lot of heat. So this sleeping bag did a good job. Okay, I've got everything loaded up, and it's ready to go. Over this side here was really easy. When Scott passed things up, it worked out really good. And I should be able to pass things down pretty quickly. And yeah, I just wait for my ride, and then I am out of here. And yeah, like when you're camping in your dump truck, I would basically recommend making sure it's swept out real good because, you know, it's a dump truck though, right? So there's anchor points. There's this here. I have to clean that out. But I was tempted to use that for the rope ladder if I was going to use that. But I also don't recommend using rope ladders. They're questionable at best under ideal circumstances, let alone in the back of a dump truck. My ride's arrived. I'll hand this down to you. Just like that. Yeah, dare I say, the perfect crime. Dump truck is looking better than when I found it. Actually, it's a dump truck, so it looks exactly the same, except with one minor difference. We left fast Eddie a sticker. So thank you everybody for watching. I'm gonna get out of here. We will see you guys on the next one, and thanks again so much for watching.
Mopping is hard work. Then I tried the Swiffer Power Mop. It has a built-in solution that breaks down dirt on contact. Plus, its 360-degree swivel head cleans up along baseboards and even behind the toilet. Bye-bye, bucket. It's a Swiffer Power Mop.
Where regular brushes miss, Oral-B Electric hits for 100% clean teeth.
Hey guys, welcome to Camping with Steve. There's some bushes right here beside a very busy intersection, and I'm gonna camp in that tonight. So just gonna kind of sit down by this power box here. I got some gear in grocery bags, so it looks like just bringing some groceries home. And I'm gonna disappear into this big, beautiful, untrimmed bush, just like Homer disappearing in the hedge. As soon as this pedestrian crosses, I'll be safe to go. Let's go. Now we're talking. There is a lot of room here. And it's perfectly hidden. This is great. So the benefit of this road noise is it's really going to cover up me talking or cooking or anything like that. So down this way, there is some room, but I think the best spot is on this side. It opens up a lot more over there, and it's further from this entranceway to the road here. There is a little garbage back here. I'm gonna just clean this up as much as I can. And to keep the gear light, I've just got my sleeping bag here. I'm gonna use as a chair until it's bedtime. Nice. I'm strategically located right across from a 24-hour gas station and a McDonald's. So I got no shortage of restroom options. Should I need them, right across the road. I got a couple hours until dark, and then that's when I can really get out and explore. Looks like I'm sharing a home with my feathered friend here. So I'm gonna get out of here in a little bit. I gotta get some fresh baked bread. There's a nice bakery up there. I'm gonna leave a lot of stuff here. I'm just gonna take my valuables, the camera, that type of stuff. So I'll leave the pressure cooker here. That's some of the food. I'll leave this all here. Even the water, it's less to carry. I can just throw my camera in that bag, and it doesn't look suspicious at all. Just a tiny little bag with not much in it. I feel like a sneaky weasel. So I'm going to have one, work up some courage, and then go get that bread from the bakery. So take all my stealth powers to open this quietly. Not bad. Cheers. The sun sets in half an hour, so I'm just hanging on here until it's a little darker. Then I can sneak in and out a lot easier. But why don't people push that crosswalk button like once? They do it like 50 times. This traffic doesn't drive me nuts tonight. It's going to be people pushing that button. It's not going to make the light turn any faster. Come on. It hasn't rained in ages, and the ground here, the soil is suspiciously moist. So I really hope there's no irrigation system in here. That will put a damper on this excursion. But just about 15, 20 minutes more, and I can sneak out of here, and I'm going to bring some garbage with me. More of it here. lots of foot traffic. I got my backpack on, got this disgusting piece of garbage, and my stuff is stashed there. This is as good as I'm going to get anytime soon. The traffic's moving, so they should be too focused on driving to worry about little old me. Okay, just like that. Not a problem. My favorite little bakery is just down here. I had to switch to my GoPro because it's less obvious than that big camera. And hopefully they're not sold out of what I want. No, it's okay, thanks. You too, thanks. I was hoping for something I could use to make a bread bowl because I like edible bowls. But we got these. That'll work. Some bread with the soup tonight. Okay, so I know I got a 24-hour store there and a McDonald's. So things are looking good. The foot traffic and traffic hasn't slowed down. I'm right across the road from my bushes over there. And yeah, somebody totally just heard me say that. I'm just trying to see if that McDonald's has a 24-hour lobby, but I doubt it. They usually close at 10 or 11. The drive-thru stays open at night. So yeah, the lobby there closes at midnight, opens up again at like 5 in the morning. Great. Police are filling up their car at the gas station here. It is back to home for the night as soon as that police officer drives away. This traffic is not slowing down. That guy was just looking, poking around. People have left begging strips for dogs here. Here. Okay. So that's interesting. This sign was not here before. It looks like the little sandwich board signs they store back here when the place is closed for the night. It's time to crawl in there.
For soothing relief from sore noses and sneezes, trust Puffs Plus lotion this cold and flu season. America's #1 lotion tissue.
So there's that second sandwich board sign still out there on the road. I looked it up. That store closes in about an hour. So I'm not going to wait until then before I do too much in here regarding cooking because I think they're going to put it right where they put that other one. Nobody has a clue I'm in here. I'm going to need a flashlight tonight. There's not quite enough light to film cooking and see what I'm doing. So I've got a flashlight, but I'm going to put this plastic bag kind of wrapped around it. I'll have to do that beloved stealth test when I turn on the flashlight. But we're going to let it calm down a little bit before we start getting too brazen. Something's burning. I just got to stand up for a little bit. My back is getting sore from sitting under there in the bushes. I'm pretty well hidden, but I can at least stretch out this way, keep an eye on things. Stealth camping is 99% boring unless things go wrong. A lot of it is just kind of quietly sitting here waiting for the traffic to die down so I can be a little more comfortable making noise and walking around a bit, but it's getting a little less busy. Oh, the fire truck is on the way back. Good. Hopefully just a false alarm. All right. traffic is much less right now. Look at that. So time for our flashlight test. Do that real quick. And then we'll start cooking, because cooking in the dark can be dangerous. We don't want that issue to happen. This is the flashlight, and that's on the lower setting. That gives me all the light I need to film and to cook safely. I just want to see if you can see this walking past on the sidewalk, because cars not going to notice, but somebody walking by, might. So I'm just going to take a peek. I'm going to point it away towards the brick wall here, the retaining wall, and let's go. Okay, so from here, I don't see a thing. There may be one angle there you could kind of see it from, but just going to check walking down the sidewalk what I can see. I can see a little bit of light kind of shining through, but I'll just rearrange it to face more away from the traffic. Anyway, in through there you can kind of see, but it's pretty clear breaking traffic here. I'm going to get right back in. There we go. Just like that. Just going to make a Reuben soup, and I'm going to make a small one, because I could have just made these Reuben bunwages, but I brought all this stuff, and so I'll use it. We want this to be as safe as possible. Some beef broth. Pieces of corned beef. Some sauerkraut. Dijon. That's a lot of Dijon. Okay. That's okay, I like Dijon. I swear that one of these days I'm going to cook something that doesn't look disgusting. But I'll add in some Swiss, finish off with a little bit of this half and half cream. I'm just going to bring this to boil. I've moved all of the dried leaves around from this, so there shouldn't be any problems. And I've got extra water and stuff that if there is anything that gets out of control, just extinguish it and you'll never know. This has come up to pressure. This should be perfectly cooked real quickly too. When you're stealth camping, you never want to pull the quick release on your pressure cooker, because that steam is going to shoot way up, like 10, 15 feet in the air. It'll attract some attention. See how it is. It's pretty good. Too much Dijon. Other than that, it's pretty good. I suppose would have made more sense to just make Reubens instead of doing the soup, but it's cold tonight and I wanted something a little warm. I'm going to start the self-inflating air mattress to do its self-inflating. And McDonald's is still open, so I'll probably wander over, use the restroom, maybe get a hot chocolate. So, I sorely need to stretch my legs. I didn't bring a little folding chair that I usually do. I figured I'll just sit on the sleeping bag, and that's not really working out very good. But pretty dead out here. Off to McDonald's. I've slowed it down in the step 2 department quite a bit over the last year, pretty much. I still like to have 1 or 2 when I'm camping for sure, but it's not like those days when the crazy neighbor would bring a couple of 60s of rum for a weekend. And feeling pretty good overall. I'll feel better when I can sit down in a real chair. I never thought I'd see the day when McDonald's chairs are comfortable, but this is just what I need. Oh, that's good. When I started stealth camping 5 years ago or whenever, it was because it was expensive to drive to campgrounds. Like the closest one that was a reasonable campground was 2 or 3 hour drive away. And the cost of gas was a factor as well. And the city I lived in had a huge park system of absolute beautiful river valley, Edmonton. It's like a solid ribbon of woods that go through the city, and nobody's ever using it other than walking dogs. So I went out and I thought it was just going to be a little one-time video. And we used to do that all the time without filming it. We just go camp out in the river valley. Kind of like one of those teenager things. But I got a thrill out of it. It was pretty fun. And a lot of people wanted to see me do more of it. So here I am. Now, where's the line between this and homelessness? I feel for the homeless. They are literally out here doing this not for fun. I still get a kick out of it. It is kind of neat. But yes, it's, I literally was loitering in a McDonald's for a little bit for a place to warm up and sit down. So not an easy life out there for anybody living rough on the streets, that's for sure. A couple of vehicles here. Nobody's picked up those dog treats yet. They're still just sitting here. If they were cat treats, I'd save them for garbage. But yeah, I just wait for one person to walk past here, and then I'll zip into my home for the night. Yeah. Into the woods. Oh, that was good to stretch my legs. Everything feels so much more stealthy at night. Like, I'm not worried in the slightest about getting caught. But when the sun comes up, that's a different story. That's when you really feel exposed. Like, I'll be looking out here in the morning. I'll see every pedestrian walking past, and I'll feel like they can see me too. But I'm not going to sleep in tomorrow, I'll say that. I think that store opens up that has that sandwich board being up there. I think they open up fairly late in the day, but I still don't want to mess around with those situations. I'm still unsure if there's irrigation here for these Chinese hawthorns. They only have to be watered once a month this time of year, and in the summer, twice a month. So I don't know if they would have installed irrigation. I'm going to look for an access panel after these cars pass, and then I'll know for sure. Oh yeah, that's a security guard driving around by the Best Buy. I know they got security here, but I'm not in the parking lot, and I think they're probably mostly worried about vandalism, break-ins, people sleeping in their cars overnight, all that great stuff. But we're good to go now. No irrigation access hatch here, and the other side will tell us what we need to know. I don't see anything. They're normally like a little rectangular square, 1.5 or a foot by 10 inches or so, and I see nothing. So back to hiding. If I did find an access panel out there, it would be very tempting to shut the valve off, but that's along the lines of mischief, shutting off random pipes that you can access. So don't do that. If I had something like a bag to put over the sprinkler heads, if I could see them, I might do that. But I don't see any sprinkler heads here or access valves. I think we're going to be okay tonight. Time to sleep. Night, everybody. We'll see you in the morning, my stealthy friends.
The chicken or the egg? The question isn't which came first. It's which comes with peanut butter. Duh.
Try Crest 3D White. Finally, a daily whitening toothpaste for whiter teeth in one day.
All right, good morning. I was pretty warm, but when my sleeping bag starts to do this, zipper malfunction, it is time to pack up and head over for breakfast across the road to that A&W. Packed up in no time flat, and let's get out of here. Okay, here it goes, the walk of shame. Okay, time to bushcraft myself a breakfast at the A&W here. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy this sort of thing, please subscribe. That always helps. If I get to 2 million, I'll get busted on purpose. But thank you again for watching. I'll show you this breakfast here in a sec. But yeah, a successful, albeit chilly night and a brisk morning. But warm cup of coffee will make the day all right. Well, it's a fast food breakfast, but it'll have to do. And for those in the U.S., the A&Ws in Canada are completely different. They're quite high quality. It's like one of the most favorite fast food chains out here. And sure beats a egg sandwich. Oh, Cheers, everybody. It's good to be warm in here, and see you on the next one. Hey guys, there's an abandoned pipeline here, and thanks to Ross Stewart, I found out that there is an access right here somewhere. I'm just going to hike down here a little bit and crawl into the pipe. Hopefully it's dry and clear enough and big enough in there for me, and it should be fine shelter for the night. This looks like the hole. All right. Okay, this pipe actually goes way over the edge here and way down. So I'm going to stay away from this edge, and I'm going to do my camp on this side of the pipe. All right. Check this out. It's, yeah. Hello? Thought there was somebody down there. Check it out. Hello. So that way there is not much this way. Hello. Okay. It's an interesting little spot tonight. I got a small shovel. I'm gonna scoop out some of these dead leaves, and I got a cot that I put in there. But beautiful, beautiful spot, if I do say so myself. And I'm just gonna be sleeping in there. I don't want to hang out in there too much, but I got some other tools that we can set up here to make it a little more comfortable for me tonight. I got a couple little tricks that I can use to make this a little more comfortable. There's some mosquitoes, so I've got some mosquito spray I'll put in there. And I guess I'll start with scooping out these leaves. Gas real good. It's made from a plant derivative, so it's healthy. So this water pipeline was shut down in the 70s. It was probably built 100 years ago. And it was leaking more than half of the water they sent down it, obviously, because it's just pieces of concrete segments held together with ring clamps. And so they've got a more efficient, modern system now. So this hasn't been used in 55 years, so I should be okay. I don't see any water coming down or any evidence of water coming down this pipe. And I think there's a lot of spots that are actually closed off, so these are just segments that are left here. Okay, trying to clean up the home for the night. Hold the shovel. And I should be able to make this a little more domesticated. A bit of airflow moving through here, and I think I know of a way to stop that. Well, first things first, drop as much of this muck around here. All this seems to be right at this. Obviously, don't do this. I don't recommend this as an actual shelter. That's cleared up enough room for the cot. And I'm going to finish it up with this. Got an umbrella. And I got the concept that it could be bats in here. This isn't quite big enough. It's slowing down and might stop there. I don't have to look at this ominous height that never ends. Sticker up here that how big it is. Doesn't really want to stay there. Let's see. I got an umbrella for each side of this pipe. So maybe this one's yeah, that umbrella. This little umbrella is not cooperating. It was on clearance when I bought I didn't understand why. At least I'm not stuck out in the rain with it. So one of them ended up blocking up that scary, and the other one falls down way into the river over here. I don't see anything coming up that. Oh, there's not that in there right now. Let's see.
Zook's tasty, tender dog treats can turn every outing into an adventure. From park to peak, wherever you roam, don't forget the Zooks. Zook's dog treats. Choose your adventure.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade. Is it in you?
Scare any critters out of the pipe here. Pretty sad little horn. Now, hopefully, nobody on the other end of the pipe thinks there's somebody stuck in the pipe trying to get out. But I'll put the cot together. I should be able to do that up here and slide her down. I'm going to move the umbrella to the other side where something looks like a bat is hanging on the top there. And it's not going to stop with that, but let's see it. Put these legs on. As long as I can pull that off, go to bed. No problem. Okay. That's all right. Not bad at all. This other umbrella I can use up here. It starts to rain, it still kind of works. Cover the top of the hole. All done. And I'm not going to hang out in there all night. There's enough to see out here. And time to do that because shelter's ready for the night. All set up. This stop the rain if the rain happens to fall. Fits on quite perfectly. I've got bear spray. I should put that on my belt right now so I don't forget. I'll do it in a bit. Some low light lager, because here I am having a beer by a pipe. So, cheers, everybody. It's a sophisticated flavor for something called low light lager. And yeah, over the edge here, this really drops down. Like that. It goes down pretty sharp and then goes across a trestle to the other side over there. And crosses a little creek with waterfalls plenty. And I'm not going to go down really clearly this way because these are very slippery leaves. But there's a path over here, kind of, that I can get to. Take a look at the creek down there. There's a couple of segments of pipe down there, and I kind of think that when they were building it, they dropped a few, and being the early 1900s, they didn't really care about leaving it in a creek. But they may have broken off from somewhere else and rolled down. Here we are. going this way on the pipe from where it came in, it's pretty level. Apparently most of this pipe is really level, other than that one spot back there that goes down and reverse siphons, or however it was supposed to work in the beginning. But these sections are 4 feet wide, and I'm going to find where they join together so I can show you. Yeah, so these are just sections of concrete, maybe a little mortar, and then these ring clamps there. That's what they were relying on to hold the water pressure in. So times have changed, technologies have evolved. This pipe just keeps snaking on through the woods, and these trees are absolutely majestic. The moss on them, it feels great to be out here. I really do love the trees and the mountains and the moss, but at a certain time of day, right now, it's dark and a little cool. And I can see the sun up there. If I was a little taller up there, I'd be sitting in the sun right now, but instead I'm sitting on a mossy old pipe in the woods. Hey everybody, welcome to Cooking with Steve. I'm going to do this while there's still some daylight, so I don't lose my ambition, go to bed hungry, or just eating shredded cheese. So I'm making kind of a backpacking meal. There's orzo, it's like rice, but when you want gluten. Cheese, onion, some broccoli, a little butter. Top it off with a pouch of skipjack tuna, Mediterranean flavor. And yeah, we'll make this, and hopefully it is edible. I'm just going to saute these onions and some butter here. Then I'll throw the rest in and let it boil. It's nicely cooked. It smells aromatic. Delicious, dare I say. That's what's happening there. This is one of those dump it all in and pray meals. And I've done these before and it turned out very badly. So I'm going to eyeball the amount of water I think I need for this orzo. If I need more, I'll add it. We'll boil this up with tuna. We'll add the cheese last. It really doesn't look good coming out of these pouches. So my excuse or my backstory, if anybody asks why I'm out here, is I'll say like I'm a forest guardian or something, that just making sure nobody poaches any of these trees, you know, like there's old growth, etc. So that's what I'll say, and I'll play it all professional too. You know, like I'm, forest guardian for like 5 years now, and we just do this all the time. You know, lay it on thick. It's done. It needs more cheese. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is actually pretty good. This is one of those like purely backpacking meal. A lot of the stuff is all shelf stable, other than broccoli and the cheese. But it looks like a hot mess. It's a dump meal where you dump a bunch of stuff in the pot and boil it. Sometimes it's good, like today, and sometimes they're not good. But after a long day of hiking, which I did not do, this would be quite nice. Did a small day of hiking together. But any warm food on a cool evening, And once I've cooked a meal for one, how about that? So I'm out on Vancouver Island. Actually, feeling the healthiest I have in years as well. So things have been going good, and I'm excited about the next couple of months I'm out here. I posted on social media, on my Facebook and Instagram, etc. I picked up a motorhome, and it's the identical one I had in my 20s when I was aimlessly driving around, living out of the thing, working odd jobs. And so it's same year, same make, same model, except in way better condition. And I'm going to hit the road in that thing for the next month or so. But I have a couple other videos to film first, and we'll jump in that motorhome and try to recreate some of that magic and see if it's just a young man's game, or if in my 40s I still enjoy it as much as I did as in my 20s. But, you know, a pipe is good enough, so a motorhome's going to be a mansion. That got dark mighty quick, so it's about flashlight time here. But I'm going to pull out the sleeping bag and just kind of put that on me because I didn't want to overdress too much. It was a bit of a hike, up a bit of uphill, and I'm just kind of getting back into doing exercise-y kind of things. So I just hunker down here, a blanket on me, lean up against the pipe, and listen to the sound of that little river down there. And cozied up here, leaning against the pipe. And I think it's probably a little warmer in there than it is out here. You can kind of see my breath. It's not that cold tonight. It's going down to 0 Celsius, 32 Fahrenheit. The sleeping bag I have is rated for -7, so it might work. But I am hoping it's warmer in my pipe. So I'm gonna crawl in there and go to bed. I've been sitting here kind of watching a few videos on my phone. It's a pretty cool spot, and it gets dark early, it gets cold early, so go to bed early. Yeah, it's pretty good in the pipe. The only breeze is blowing in from up there, so I'll put my umbrella in there. That will definitely help. But there is supposedly some legendary geocache in this area, and it is either in the pipe down this way, behind, or where it goes way down over that hill. It's on the other side, the other side of the river where it comes down. So I saw a lot of people commenting on what they did there in order to get that geocache. But so sleeping with my head nice and close to this access port, and this is going to be one of the more interesting sleeps I've ever done. Bear spray, of course. It's going to be nice and handy. Yeah. Okay. But a lot of good fresh air right there. Okay. Got my trusty jacket as a pillow. And it's gonna be good. real dark in here. So, okay. See you guys in the morning, my stealthy friends.
This Cheetos pizza thing, it changes everything. Hey, you guys try these? Pretty tasty. Hey, Donnie, don't you got someplace to be? Huh, sorry.
Cheetos Cheese Pizza Puffs. Proud to be the second best pizza thing.
When I was younger, I worried my thighs were too thick. Then I realized they made me unstoppable on the field. Keep her tackling.
Keep her confident.
Keep her in the game.
Good morning. I don't know if I recommend sleeping in a pipe like this. That there is just a breeze coming through it. I sealed off that top of the umbrella. That's not where it's coming from. There's like a cross breeze going through this pipe from somewhere, maybe another access hatch or something. But I'm gonna get out of here because it was a strange noises, pretty cold, and my curiosity regarding the pipe has been satisfied. If it was really raining or something and I wanted some shelter, I would crawl in here, but it's basically the same temperature outside, except that there's less frost breeze blowing through in here. This is the third time I've tried to film this video, or the fourth maybe. Every time I tried to go film this one from camping here, there was a big problem. Like, I checked it out and it looked good. And the first time I got here, it had really rained, and that was like pretty much soaking wet inside. And it's a bit of a hike up a hill to get here, so I wasn't happy. Fully loaded with all this stuff to film. Then waited for it to dry out. Came back again. And it was full of mosquitoes. Like, that's how I knew how to bring that mosquito spray. So it was completely full of mosquitoes. I couldn't film it. Then the next time, I was getting ready to come, and there was a wildfire, like a forest fire here. So the whole park was closed for weeks. And so I kind of gave up on this. I thought this was like a bad omen.